Hebrews 10, verse 24 and 25. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. If you have found a biblically sound doctrine church in these last days, then you are blessed. If not, Jesus says in Matthew 18:10, for where 2 or 3 gather, I am there. That is an assembly. A true born-again Christian is rare to find. These are the ones who encourage and stir up others in their faith for good works, in verse 24. To stir is a strong word. It means incitement. Here, it is used in a good sense, but in a bad sense, stir can also mean contention, which means to stir up love is in another is like a force against the flesh. True love doesn't come natural to even love a complete stranger, to care about their salvation. That's not natural. That's an agape love. Love in verse 24 is the agape love, and it's only possible with society. Okay? Faith and hope can be shown in solitary, but love needs society. This is why closing yourself off to the world is one not showing love. We are the light. How does one show the light when they have no concern for those perishing? It's a mutual duty as a Christian to stir up love in others. One who only cares of their own salvation can question if they are working with God's agape love at all. Selfishness is not a fruit of the Spirit. Another word for stir is provoke. That word can mean offend and irritate, but here it means to arouse and excite or to call into action. Love takes action. It's not just words, it's action. And with our excitement for our salvation that we have received, we want to persuade others to work with that same excitement. You are either provoking love in others or you're provoking hatred. There's no in between. Today, many think truth is hate speech. Well, the Bible calls it love. The love of many lacks because they prefer lies. Good works is evidence after one is saved. It's now the Christian's duty to lead others to Christ. Do you know how many even tell their family about Jesus? Very few. So if they don't even love their own family with agape love, then they definitely won't love a stranger to care about their eternal soul either. Their love is not agape because they can't think eternal. Their love is limited to this world only. These people do not even try to communicate with other Christians to encourage each other, and they could care less. The day is soon approaching. What day? The rapture. The author says the manner of some don't assemble with another Christian at all. That's called isolation. They isolate, and because of that, most fall into apostasy because they don't exhort others, nor do they get exhorted themselves. Exhort is to strongly urge another through advice and caution. It comes with warning with what will happen if one is not exhorted. They become the Ephesus church, and their love for God dwindles. They even lose hope of the return of Christ because their lack of love exposes their fraud faith. There is no better encouragement than to tell another Jesus is coming any day for his church. But then others expose their lack of love by trying to annihilate your encouragement by saying, oh, they've been saying that Jesus is coming for almost 2,000 years. We could be here another 50 years. How is that exhorting? It's not. It's only proof one does not have the faith nor the understanding of the days we are in. God has a 7,000-year timeline. Day 6,001 starts day 7. That's when Christ sets up his millennial kingdom, which means it's exactly 2,000 years from the cross. Do the math. The latest date possible Jesus died on the cross is year 33. Add 2,000 years to that, 2033. Now take off 7 years because the church won't be here the last 7. We will be raptured. That brings us to the latest possible year of us being raptured is 2026. Do the math. If that doesn't excite you, then you can examine your faith and ask yourself, why you don't have the agape love to even care about the salvation for strangers and not even friends when we're obviously living in the last of the very last days. To stir can offend or it can excite. How you take this message is between you and God. So let me exhort by saying, Jesus is coming any day for his church, and you need to keep your oil full.